Hey everyone, it's Teeny, and I'm the creator of Team Fearless Fit Nation. And today is the team call. It's September 23rd, and every Wednesday I host a team call called Tea Time with Teeny at 4 p.m. So I'm really glad that you guys were able to join us today. And today's call topic is how to become a leader, like how to lead. Start off being led, and now how to become a leader, and how to really create that Rockstar team that we've all been looking for, and how to motivate and inspire those people on your team to act upon those things that they say that they want. So again, having leadership and how to create a Rockstar team is really what I'm going to focus on here today. So if you have any questions about anything, you can always message me after the meeting, or you can comment underneath this YouTube video, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. But I want to share with you my top 10 tips for building and leading a Rockstar team. Okay, so I'm a diamond coach with Beachbody, and I have a lot of really highly motivated people on my team. But everyone has to start where they are. It takes a while. Sometimes to develop leaders, and those leaders that I have on my team, they're trying to develop leaders. So that's why I really wanted to talk about this today. And again, this is all based off of other top coaches trainings and things, and I like to prepare this for you guys after doing my research and really kind of getting this information to you. So here's my top 10 tips for building and leading a Rockstar team. So first off, I always send a welcome email to all my new coaches, okay? That's the first thing. And when I send that welcome email to my new coaches, and if you guys are on my team, you've gotten that welcome email. I actually send 2 welcome emails because I like to break it down into chunks. But, I send that welcome email to my coach, and I set up a getting started right call. And during that getting started right call, I'm asking certain questions. Like I want to learn about what type of coach does this person want to be, so that I can learn how I should be mentoring that person. Okay. So I ask them, are you dreaming of a full-time income? Are you that type of coach? Or are you a discount coach? Or are you a coach wanting to make a little bit of extra money on the side? And I tell them there's not one right or wrong answer. I write down this information on this coach, and when my coach answers this question, I write down a little percentage next to their name. I'm taking notes, by the way, on this person because I want to go back and be able to remind this person of their goals and why they started, doing this in the first place. When things get hard or things like that. So, I put down a percentage next to this coach's name, and that's the percentage of time that I'm going to spend with that person, mentoring them and helping them build. Okay. If they say they have big dreams and goals to make this business work as a full-time coach, then I'm going to put a high percentage next to their name. And I'll be helping this coach a lot. And I tell that coach, if they're like, Christine or Teeny, I want to really make this business work. Like I'm all in. Then I put a very high percentage next to that person's name, and I'm going to mentor them. And I tell that person, hey, I'm going to spend a lot of time with you because I know you have big dreams and goals. And so it's important for you to identify what those goals are of your coach and why. So you need to learn about those dreams and hopes and those wants and desires. So you have to ask a lot of questions. You need to grab from them that information about their goals. So on the flip side, though, you will get people on your team, and you will get coaches on your team that have big dreams and goals and desires. They say they have big dreams and goals and desires, right? They're like, I'm all in, Teeny, I'm ready to do this. But maybe they don't do much at all. Like maybe they don't do anything that they say that they're going to do. Maybe they say, yes, I'm in, I want this. But maybe they don't produce, or they don't follow the little steps that you ask them to do. Maybe you give them a little homework assignment after, in between each week, and they don't do that. And those are things, as a leader, you have to realize you can't beat yourself up about that, because that's not something that you can do. I can't make someone do something. I can't make somebody want something. As a leader, it's my job to help motivate and inspire people to reach their goals. But essentially, this is their business, and they're here because they want to be here. And I'm just here to help that person and motivate that person to do those goals. It's the same thing with health and fitness, right? We can't make that person go work out. But if they have goals, and they have health and fitness goals, we're there motivating them through programs that work. I'm here motivating my coaches through my system that works, because I do my system and my system works. And I've learned a lot of my systems from my coach, and my coach is obviously a very successful coach. So these systems work, and I'm here to motivate and inspire my coaches to do it. Okay, so that's what I want to say. So my top 10 tips, when I'm going back through, I just want to make sure you guys are getting all 10 and that I'm not just talking. But so the first one is I always send a welcome email, and I do that getting started right call. Okay. And I'm still, kind of talking about that. You will save time, in your business by identifying the people that you need to be spending your time with. So you guys, I don't want you to feel like, I have to spend so much time with every single coach, because not every single coach wants this business, and they don't always show you that they're ready to do it. Okay. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I want you to know, my second tip for building a Rockstar team is to lead by example. Okay. So what are you training your coaches to do? And are you doing it better and bigger than them? Showing up every single day and practicing what you preach is absolutely crucial as a leader. I'm always posting about fitness and sharing my journey with coaches and followers. I'm always sharing my food, showing people that I'm eating healthy. I'm always drinking my Shakeology every single day and sharing that with people. I'm always getting at least Success Club 5. I shoot for 10. I do that every single month. I'm always trying to work on myself with reading my personal development. And I'm sharing that, on social media or with my team. And I'm always asking my team, what are you reading? What's your takeaway? And I'm showing them that I'm doing mine. I make sure that those things are very important, very apparent to my team, that I'm doing those things. I'm not just telling them, hey guys, go do this. I show them that I'm doing all the things that I'm asking them to do, and that's why I'm successful. And I'm always listening to my personal development, which really helps me stay consistent. I make sure all those things my coaches know about. So I also, whenever I do a post sometimes on social media about those things that I'm staying consistent with, I'll tag my coaches, especially my leaders on my team, my coaches that are also looking to really build this business. And I'm showing them that I'm practicing what I preach by living the 3 vital behaviors of a successful Beachbody coach. And if you don't know what the 3 vital behaviors of a successful Beachbody coach is, make sure to reach out to your upline or ask me, because those 3 things are the things that get us through and help us be successful. Okay, number 3, the third tip is be authentic. Okay. Don't try to be someone or a person that you're not, okay? So don't try to be a leader that you're not. If you're not quite there yet, that's okay. Be authentic with that. When you grow with this business, you'll see and feel a difference as you grow into the person you're going to be. Share your struggles. People relate to that. Show where you are from point A to point B. Maybe you had a weight loss story and you have a point A and a point B. But for me, I don't have a point A and a point B. I've struggled with my weight and with my health up and down the whole time, and I still share that. I struggle. I've been battling, with my food and with energy issues and with my stomach problems the whole time I've been a coach. Which is part of the reason why I became a coach in the first place, because I knew being healthy and fit was important to me, and that there are going to be things that are really hard for me to do. I don't try to pretend I'm perfect either. I share with people, that I'm not perfect. I post pictures of my cheat meals. I post pictures of me drinking wine, you know, because I like to drink wine with my girlfriends. I share with people the real me. I let them relate to me. So don't pretend to be a 10-star diamond coach if you're not a 10-star diamond coach. Be real and authentic, and you know, share with people that you're trying to be a leader, how you're growing as a leader, and how you're trying to grow this business and showing the person that you really are. People are attracted to that. Okay, your coaches on your team are attracted to that too. I know, again, people have confidence issues. They're like, oh, well, I'm not where she is. It doesn't matter. Your coach signed up with you. Your coach needs you. You need to be authentic and real to your team, and your team will follow you when you are. Tip number 4, I want you to support and encourage your coaches. Okay, help coaches learn from their mistakes, but never tell them shame on you for not hitting Success Club or shame on you for losing rank. You know, that's not any way to lead someone into helping them do anything. Instead, say, how can I help you achieve Success Club this month? You know, how can I help you achieve your Emerald rank that you had mentioned you wanted to do? You know, what can we do together? You know, how can I help support you? We don't always hit our goals, and that's something that you need to tell your coach. I mean, you know, I set goals for myself all the time that I don't hit. So, you know, whenever we have failure, you can turn that into a success, right? We all learn by pushing for goals that sometimes I don't hit. It helps push me to do things that I wouldn't have done otherwise, right? So remember back to when it was hard for you to hit Success Club every month, and you needed your coach to support you and motivate you. That's what you need to do for your coaches to help them. You know, and you know, help them visualize what can they do now for next month. How can they have a good month for next month, right? So you need your coach to support and motivate you, and that's your job as a coach, again, to support and motivate people. That person has to be the one to do it, but you have to be there to support and motivate that person. So reach out to them and be a real person and a real friend to that coach. Tip number 5, I want you to help your coaches understand to work their business and treat this like a business, okay? Help them duplicate your model, okay? Whatever it is that makes you successful will help them as well, okay? So make it very easy for them to understand the simple processes that you do to be successful every single month. How do you welcome new coaches? Maybe whenever you sign up a new coach and they sign up a coach and they don't know what to do, maybe make a video for them and show them, here's what I do when I have a new coach on my team. I do this. Make a video, and then every time you sign up a new coach, you send that to them, and then when they sign up a new coach, they know what to do, right? Make it very easy for them to understand the simple things that you do. Make a video anytime a coach asks a question about something, and so that you're duplicating yourself so you don't have to repeat that multiple times, the same question, right? You know, help them replicate your business so that they can become a you, right? That's really the goal, is to duplicate yourself into these amazing people that are growing as leaders themselves, just as you're growing, okay? So don't overcomplicate things. Just, you know, be like, this is what I do every single month. For me, I make a calendar every single month of all of the different things that I offer for my team. And guess what I'm doing by doing that? I'm showing, you know, here's when I run my challenge groups. Here's when I run my sneak peek weeks. Here's when I run my, you know, free group. Here's when I do my new coach training. And guess what I'm showing my coaches? That's what you need to do with your business. That's what I'm showing them. I'm showing them, hey, when you become a leader, you know, these are the kinds of things that you're going to want to do to help your, you know, to think these things through. Okay. So give your coaches little assignments and things to do each week so that you guys can talk about it, you know, so that they don't feel overwhelmed. And, you know, make the business simple. You know, when you guys when you have a mentoring call with your new coach or with your coach, you know, give them little things to do so that when you meet with them again the next week or in the next 2 weeks, you can ask them how those things are going, okay? Tip number 6, be up to date on all coach news. What does that mean? That means you need to be listening to the National Wake Up Call every single week. No excuses. If you consider yourself a leader, you need to know what's going on in your business, right? So, basically be up to date with the breaking news in the Coach Online office. And if you're a Diamond coach, get on the Diamond Insider, get on the Diamond Insider page and check out the back online office. You can get up to date on all of the trainings and different things for your team page. Your team is looking to you as their leader to get information. And that being said, anytime there's breaking news or big important things, I post it into the team page because that's where my team goes for information. But it is also their business. And so they can also get access to all of the same information by going into the teambeachbuddy.com and the Coach Online office. They have access to this stuff too, right? So, so show them where to go and tell them how to get to that stuff. But also, as a leader, anytime there's something that you really want your team to know about, post it inside of your team page. Tip number 7, coach one-on-ones. I want you to start having one-on-one coaching and mentoring calls with every single coach on your team that wants to build this business, okay? Identify the coaches that need your support and that need your motivation, okay? Those are the people that you want to help motivate and inspire and connect with. You want to connect with these coaches. Maybe you call them and you connect with them once a week, or maybe it's a bi-weekly one-on-one call. And do them like 20 to 30-minute phone calls. You have to set parameters or else you'll be on the phone with someone all day long and you'll be hearing about their pet dog and this and that. And it's okay to, connect with your coaches about personal things too. But, when you're doing a mentoring call, you're mentoring that person to build their business because that's what you're there for. You're there to help them, have their dreams and motivate them to build a successful business. And so if you get too caught up on like the chit chat, which is what I used to do at the very beginning, I thinking of it more as a friendship versus a mentoring. You got to really be there to mentor that person. If we're going to grab coffee as friends, we're going to grab coffee as friends. Or if we're hanging out at in Texas, at a training event, we're hanging out. But when I'm there to mentor you, I'm there to mentor you. So you got to also help mentor your team and be careful about not setting any parameters, okay? Tip number 8, as a leader, you need to set business hours. You need to look at your calendar and you need to set business hours. What times are you willing to set for your teams to chat with you? What time can people know that they can speak with you? Maybe from 1 to 4, maybe from 1 to 4 on these days, or 1 to 4 every single day, your team knows that they can chat you up and you'll get back to them at some point. This is the time that people can, really, they know that you're serious about working your business and that they can connect with you. For example, mornings is my time for me to work my business. And that's kind of when, I'm going to do my power hour. I'm also going to get my workout in and do a bunch of different things. But that's also when I work my business. And so my team knows that they can reach out to me during that time. And, especially when I worked my full-time job, my business hours were, from 12 to 1 on my lunch break. I do this full-time now, but like it took me a long time, not a long time, but, for a year and a half of this, working this business, I did this, I did it in between on my lunch break and before I went to work. And my business hours when I was actually working my business, like starting new conversations and all that, was at 8 p.m. after I had dinner, after my job. But set business hours. It doesn't matter what time it is, but you set those business hours and let your coaches and your team know that this is when you're available for them. Okay? Make your time valuable. Even if you're, so say one of your coaches, and this happens to me a lot, say one of your coaches says, oh, well, I'm not available during your business hours, and they're like, I'm only available at 9 p.m. Well, don't say you're available at 9 p.m. because your business hours is when you're available. And if someone really wants to get in touch with you, that's when they're going to show up, is during your business hours. That being said, sometimes you can make exceptions, especially for those leaders, those people that are working the business, those people that need your time, and those people that you want to help. So I make exceptions all the time, but they also have to show me that they've been doing the homework assignment that I asked them to do the week before. Because if they're saying that they want something and they're not doing the things that I asked them to do, then, you know, I'm rearranging my whole schedule, and, you know, they're not showing me that they're serious about this. So the reason why you don't want to keep making too many exceptions if people are not showing you that they're serious about this is because you don't want to be burnt out. You don't want to be working late at night, working early in the morning, working all the time. You want to make sure that you're working with the people that are serious about this. That's why you have to tell people and explain to people, the coaches on your team, that your time is valuable and that you're making an exception for them and you expect certain things out of them for you to do that. Tip number 9, acuity scheduling. I want you guys to know that acuity scheduling is amazing. I have acuity scheduling, and it's really helped me with eliminate back and forth. So what is acuity scheduling? I have this, I have a link, and it links right up with my Google Calendar, and it shows when I'm available. So my team can go in and you know, schedule time with me any single week. You know, they can schedule time with me for our team call, for our one-on-one mentoring call together. It eliminates all the back and forth, and it just saves you so much time, because all of a sudden, before you know it, someone's like, oh yeah, let's have a call, and then they just leave it like that, and it's really up to them to schedule the time with you. So I want you to kind of, you know, it shows that your time is valuable. So also, acuity scheduling is free for a while. Like you can try it out for a 3-month period and see if you like it. And it links right up with my calendar. It's amazing. So this shows your team that you're serious about your time and you want them to be serious about their time. And then they call you at the scheduled time. Or if they want to see you face-to-face with a video, they create their Zoom link or they create their video link and send it to you, and you'll be on at that time, okay? Because they're there for your time, and they are asking for your time, and so they are the ones setting up everything. And you show up on time, okay, for your coaches. Okay, because that's what leaders do. If you want them to respect your time, you also have to respect theirs. Okay, last but not least, the 10th tip that I have for you is to relate and connect to your coaches, okay? So make a relationship with them and open the lines of communication for them, right? I always say friendship first, business second, because that's how I feel about my team and that's how I feel about my coaches. I love what I do every day because of the coaches on my team. They, you know, working with these people is one of the most amazing things in the world. So I want you guys to open up the lines of communication for your team. You know, my team knows that they can pop by and message me with questions and issues. Be there for them, okay? If your coaches on your team sense that maybe you don't have time for them or you're too busy for them, or maybe if they feel like, oh, she's above me because she's at a different rank than me, then maybe they won't feel comfortable reaching out to you when they have an issue, okay? So, you know, make sure that they feel comfortable and that they know that they can come talk to you about stuff. You know, you never know. Sometimes coaches on your team, they might act like things are all doing well, but, you know, maybe behind closed doors, things are not going so well. Maybe they're trying to impress you, or they don't want to let you down. So be a friend to them and ask them, you know, ask them questions and learn about what's going on with them. Stop and say, hey, how are things going with you? How are things going with your husband? How are things going with your kids? You know, recognize them recognize them and be a friend. Also, I want you to recognize your coaches when they're doing something well. You know, make sure when your coaches hit, you know, a great goal, you know, or they invite, you know, 10 new people into the challenge group and they hit Success Club 10, or maybe they do something really well, or they have an amazing post about the coaching opportunity. When things like that happen, recognize those coaches on your team. You know, make sure that, you know, on your team page, make sure to recognize them on the team calls, because that's amazing stuff. Is when your coaches realize, you know, and feel recognized, they are going to do so much better. And I mean, I'm motivated by recognition. I want people to know when I'm doing well. I want someone to notice when I'm doing something that's beneficial. So for me, I do really well with recognition, and I think a lot of the coaches on my team feel that way too. So, you know, maybe you do a recognition post about your coach doing something well. Success Club, rank advancements, and all the little stuff. Okay, so those are my top 10 tips. Again, I know I talked through a lot of things, so I'm just going to give you, again, the recap. The top 10 tips are, the first one is always sending a welcome email and a getting started right call. The second one is leading by example. The third one is being authentic. The fourth one is supporting and encouraging your team. The fifth one is helping your coaches understand how their business works. The sixth one is be up to date on all coach news. Seventh is make sure to have coach one-on-ones with those builders. 8 is set business hours. 9 is look into a scheduler, like Acuity Scheduling, for example. There's other ones. And 10 is relate and connect to your coaches and recognize them. So do those things, and you will, you know, really help your team grow, and you'll build leaders on your team. So if you're struggling with becoming a leader, you know, starting off with being led and now becoming a leader, that means that you need to lead by example, do all those things, but also read personal development books on leadership. I never felt like a leader. I had people underneath me, but I didn't know what to do with them because I was not confident in being a leader myself until I started reading leadership books by John C. Maxwell, the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Any book on leadership will help you grow as a leader. And that's why I want you guys to know, if you don't feel confident yet in being a leader, the first step is just getting out there and doing it, and, you know, just leading by example, and your coaches will follow. And when you don't feel like a leader and you need confidence boosts and things, that's why the personal development and leadership is really will get you there. So I just want to thank you all for joining me today, joining me for tea time. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions, just let me know. But I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.